What's up, you damn gorgeous and beautiful gamers? Welcome back to Role-Playing Games. This is Mariel Connor. They never like to discuss about RPGs. If you like the content and like the videos, super appreciate it. No one's told you today you're a gorgeous and beautiful person. You are indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Having said beals, elemental beals for longswords. Are they amazing? Not really. If you want to go for an elemental beal, you would be better off with a dual blades and sword and shield, so on and so forth. I'm already working on that. But that being said, if you still want to go to make elemental beal for the longsword, then it is possibly doable. But in this case scenario, we're going to be speaking about two weapons on itself, because I do believe that this is how the best possible outcome. Many of the weapons, elemental weapons for the longsword, are very crappy, but these ones are amazing. So let's talk about them first. Let's go through the equipment, what we're going to be needing to make this work. So, as you can see, we need the Kaiser Crown, Bake Mail S, Sinister Gauntlets S, Anjanat Coil S, Ingot Greaves S. And then we're going to be needing a talisman that has two levels of quick sheath. Ideally, we want to have extra level 1 slots in that, but if we are not able to get them, then it is not necessary to have them. So yeah, it is what it is. What you need to know, you need as a mandatory thing, it's going to be a quick sheath jewel. Two quick sheaths. Yeah, they're not really that hard to get. They are very easy to come by. So yeah, there is indeed that. For the decorations, we are going to be needing one tenderizer jewel for the weapon, one handicraft jewel for the bake mail, one sheath jewel for the bake mail, one tenderizer jewel for the sinister gauntlets, and one tenderizer jewel for the Anjanat Coil S. For the rest of them, it's going to be either fire or water jewels, depending on the weapon that you are going to be using. Let's discuss about the weapon a little bit later, but as you can see right now, I have the elemental build right now, and the elemental build is going to have water elemental build. It's going to have critical eye level 5, water attack level 5, attack boost level 4, witness exploit level 3, handicraft level 3, quick sheath level 3, speed sharpening level 2, and finally a critical boost level 1. You could most definitely change that handicraft jewel for something like, for example, critical element, but I do believe that a critical element is not as good as critical boost. Critical element is going to give you 15% element damage. Critical boost is going to give you 30% raw damage, extra damage. So yeah, there is indeed that. Even though that you are leveraging the elemental side of the build, we should also have in mind just our raw damage, which is going to be quite high, I should like to say. That being said, both of these builds are going to be 100% affinity. So yeah, there is indeed that. That is nice indeed. There's going to be a slight variation on some of the things that you're going to be doing with weapons, but that being said, let's of course discuss about the weapons. The two ones that I advise you to use is going to be the Hand-Me-Down 3, Chimera's Inheritance, as well as the Azure Star Dragon Dance. You can get this from the event quest. So, the main reason why we're only going to be using these two weapons is that for this build to maximize its full potential and just work, all in all, it's going to be that extra slots. So this one, for example, has a level 3 slot, and this one has a level 3 slot, decoration slot, where we're going to be placing our tenderizer jewels. This one has 190 damage, this one has 180 damage. Thing is that you can ramp up this one to have 200 damage, so that is indeed nice. This one has 40% affinity, this one has 30% affinity. Both of them are going to reach 100% affinity, so the damage is going to be substantially higher than any other normal single weapon that we'll use for elemental stuff. This one has little elements, so little elements is just 15 fire. This one, on the other hand, it has a little bit more, 37 elemental damage, so that is indeed nice, although this is compensated by the 200 damage and higher affinity that this one has. This one has a in-between sharpness, white and blue, so you're going to be using those. This one, you're going to be using mainly white sharpness, which that 180% damage is compensated by having 20 less damage than this one. Now, Why do we not want to use any other weapon? For the dragon elements, you're always going to go for the Balstrax build. We're not making a Balstrax build video because what's the fun in that? All you have to do is rock the full Balstrax armor set. So, there's indeed that. This one, it has 0% affinity. It's not going to reach that 100% affinity. It has 40%, 45 ice, which is nice, but it doesn't have the slot for tenderizer, and even then, it doesn't have high affinity, so we rule out of this one. 0% affinity, no slot. Minus 10% affinity, one slot, not enough to be able to achieve that 100% affinity. This one, minus 10% affinity, and no slots. Ew. No, we're not going to be using that one. Minus 10% affinity, and no slots. You see my point in here? 15% affinity, but no level 2 slot for tenderizer. 0% affinity, no level 2 slot for tenderizer. And 15% affinity, but no level 2 slot for tenderizer. The Sinogre has 2 decoration slots where you can place grinder jewels, but it has 0% affinity. And it doesn't have a slot for tenderizer. And as you can see, most of these weapons have really poor sharpness that we're not going to be using. This one though doesn't even have white sharpness. This one doesn't even have white sharpness. This one has too little white sharpness. This one has a slightly bit more white sharpness. And yeah, you get my point. That is why we're not going to be using any of those weapons. Elemental weapons for longswords are very crappy. Yeah, you could also go through the Rampage 3, but too much of a hassle and they become useless once Sunbreak releases. So we're actually going to be doing one slight variation. This is the Water Elemental build, and this one is the Fire Elemental build. The only thing that you're going to be using is that, as you can see, you're only going to be swapping those Water for Fire jewels. There's also going to be one more thing. The Kamura's Inheritance has 40% affinity, which means that you can take away one weakness exploit, as you can see right here. This one has one less weakness exploit, but we replace that with a critical jewel, which is going to give us 35% extra critical hit damage. So little bit higher damage, although this build has 90% affinity. This one has 100% affinity, so there is indeed that. At the end of the day, both should be considered 100% affinity, although this one has 35% damage to critical hits. This one has 30%. And this one has more damage, but this one has more elemental damage. So yeah, they compensate one to another. They are both very efficient. I also, one little thing that I like to do is that when I use this one, I also like to change my fashion to fit that kind of style. That being said, let's go through a hunt and see how this thing performs, shall we? Alright, very well, so let's fight against something that is weak to water. So the build is the one for the water weapon. We have the build like that. Critical I5, water attack, attack boost, weakness exploit, handicraft, quick sheath, speed sharpening, and critical boost. So let's fight against the Anjanath, high rank Anjanath. I think that should be definitely a nice matchup for the build. Let's make sure that we have everything going on. There we go. Let's head over to the Anjanath. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I never used my Palicos. Told you why. I'm sorry, I never used my Palamutes. Told you why on my previous video. And there shouldn't be that much of an issue. Might as well get a chance to grab a couple of perma buffers. I do not have a very specific route for perma buffers. In this specific map, But I do believe that we have some permabuffers in here. Not that I need them, for that matter. You need them usually when you're fighting against Teostra, Chameleons, Cuchaladoras, Apex monsters. Very important. But other than that, this is something else that makes the Palamute basically useless. Being able to fast travel between camps. Hence giving you the choice to actually get to the fight faster. And my boy Anjanath in there is being an annoying little boy. Hello. What are you going to do, buddy? Oh god. Really, Anja? You're going to be like that? You're going to be like that indeed. Thank you for delaying that, Anja. Thank you so very much. I timed that one correctly. I'm pretty sure about that. That wasn't fair. It was indeed. Oh no, you're not going anywhere, Anja. Wait, as a matter of fact, I do need to sharpen. Yes, I do. You know what? Wall running is also a thing. Missed that one. Let's grab our warback from here. Very useful little buggers. Missed that one. Are you going to roar? Doesn't seem to be the case. Great. Just great. Oh, come on. Should we get the Anja to somewhere else? Yes, I do believe that we have something close by. In here, is that a... That's a Subnacanth, right? Yep, that is indeed a Subnacanth. Let's take our Anja boy right here to a Subnacanth. Yes, yes. Always leverage your monster riding, guys. It's very important that you do so. So that's basically free damage. Like my grandma used to say, free damage is always free damage, and it's nice. Yes, my grandma was an Ps4 player for Monster Hunter. Very interesting lady. Ah, come on, Anja. And that's that. Sorry for you, Anja. I do not know how much time did we do in these hunts, but I do not believe that it should be more than 6 minutes, maybe. Not proud of my moves. I did mess up some little ones in there, but at the end of the day, it's a high rank Anja. And yeah, I do believe that the build performs perfectly well, if I do say so myself. Let me see if I got a plate in here. Would be nice, would most definitely be nice. And no plate, but I got a gem, which is 7 minutes. 7 minutes. It's completely fine. But yeah, guys, that is the build. I do believe that we would go faster with the Phantom Mirage. But if you, as a matter of fact, do want to use an elemental build, then this is your elemental build. Like always, no one has told you today you're a gorgeous and beautiful person. You are indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Remember to subscribe, like the video before you close the door. Now I'll be seeing you goddamn gorgeous and beautiful, beautiful people in the next one. Goodbye.